Well, hello everybody. This is Grady Edwards. You're finally, well, if you haven't watched our video before, you're finally putting a face to the name. I just had to go rescue the two captains via land transportation in my car over at, what is that, the Alligator River Marina?
Yeah, Alligator River Marina, yeah.
Alligator River Marina. Boys ran into a little sporty conditions today, and we wanted to fill you in. And if you're checking out the Garmin, you might have noticed that they have stopped at the Alligator Marina, and that's where the boat will remain at least through the course of tonight and into tomorrow morning. Well, guys, tell us a little bit about what you saw, because like you said, it was pretty eye-opening, to say the least.
Well, there's no question about that. It was one of the most quote-unquote exciting rides I've ever been on. But no, it was something. We left Corn Jock, and we left at an hour on purpose, based on wind forecast. Yesterday the winds were predicted a certain way at certain times, and it fell right into place. It matched what we had been reading and listening to, and we were kind of hoping for the same today, but it actually hit a point and it did the exact opposite. Instead of the wind laying, it actually picked up the pace, and once we got halfway across the Albemarle Sound, we were committed, turning around and running down sea on that boat with 3 to 4 and it was 3 to 4 feet sometimes every 20 feet, and that running down sea was not an option to turn around, so we pushed on. But Jeff, tell them your perspective of it. I mean, you in the Coast Guard, you went out on days like this.
Well, that's true, Cap Greg. Today was just about a challenging day to be on the vessel that we're on. Of course, as we all know, skiffs are low-profile boats. Regardless of how long they are, they're still low-profile boats. When you get into seas 3 to 4 feet, that starts pressing the limit on those. We were able to maintain pretty much a constant speed throughout the day, but after 4 hours or so of just catching it right in the face constantly under those conditions, it's tiring. It puts a lot of stress on the boat, besides us as crew, and the forecast changing not for the good. We decided it'd just be our best bet and safest bet just to hold up there at Alligator Marina.
Well, yeah, there's no question. Like I said, once you got to a certain point, you were committed, and then we got in sight of the Alligator River Bridge, and we were thinking, because of the contour of the bottom across that part of the Sound, we were thinking we were going to get a little bit of a break, but that's when the wind shifted slightly, and it actually picked up, and there's no question it was high 20s sustained, and it was gusting 35. There's no question. We're going to talk to the bridge tender later and get his highest gust at what time, and hopefully kind of confirm what we've been thinking anyway. But regardless of the number, it was sporty, as Grady said, and that when it's ankle deep in your boat and you're moving at 4 or 5 miles an hour, you just keep going. You don't give up. You just got to hold on. So, Grady, I'm sorry you weren't with us.
Well, I tell you, I'm not. No, it would have been good to certainly get some footage, but no, when I received that text from you that said, "Hey, at the Alligator River," and then I might be misquoting it, but it was something like, "I ain't never seen anything like this before." Like I said, I'm sure you've seen maybe the level of the waves and the wind, but probably not in a skiff where, to Captain Jeff's credit, was, it's a low profile and not necessarily designed or made for those type of conditions.
That's true. Jeff delivering boats all over the world, and we were talking about it today. He's coming off 25 footers, 200-300 miles offshore in 50-foot sailboats, and that's you're coming off, having a sailboat run 17-18 knots on the back side of these things. that in itself is eye-opening, to say the least, to experience that. But and running offshore, I've been in 12 and 15 foot on 55 and higher sport fishermen. That's still not that's not a very, very cool position to be in. But if you get caught, you have to maintain. You have to operate the boat and make it work for you, and then just do the best you can to keep everybody safe. That's the main thing. And our safety, Jeff, I feel more than certain you'll agree with this. Our safety today was in a position to be jeopardized if we kept on. You agree with that?
Very possible. Yes, I do agree with that.
Considering the amount of water we were taking in the boat can handle it. My hat is truly off to the Jarvis family and Four Sons Marine. My hat is 100% off to those guys for the way they build a boat, and I know they're very proud of what they're doing. But yeah, today I was extremely pleased to be on one of their boats today, Grady.
Yeah, well, I can imagine, like I said, on a day like today, probably want to have good faith that your boat is going to hold up and handle. And like you said, you didn't necessarily plan it this way, but getting caught like that. Tell me a little bit about keeping cool and, like I said, making the boat work for you. And just because, like I said, I mean, I don't care if you're a new boater or an advanced boater, there's going to be some point where you find yourself in not the ideal scenario. So kind of go a little bit and talk about that thought process and how you guys kind of brought it in safely. Because to your point, I drove over several bridges to get here, and I couldn't imagine being in my boat, which is also a skiff, in those type of conditions.
Well, to me, in life in general, you better keep a head on your shoulders. I mean, when things start coming apart, you don't have a choice, in my opinion. Not everybody is sewn together that way, but you need to keep a head and deal with whatever later, deal with your emotions later. But in a situation like that, safety is paramount. And again, once you get to a position today, like I said, we were committed and we had to make a choice to press on. It was just a matter of how do you press. And again, we were trying to tack into it certain ways. We went every direction we could and still stayed within the ICW marked areas. But to me, you get upset later. If it calls for getting upset, you just do it later. But you have to take your crew, your boat, you have to take everyone into consideration, because regardless of who's on the boat, whoever's at the helm, their life is in the balance. Their life is in the hands of the captain at that point. And with two of us, going overboard is certainly not an option, but today would have been very tough to recover somebody if one of us had made a wrong step. Jeff, what do you think? I mean, good gracious, you've been in much worse waters than me.
Well, yes, and agreeing with you 100% on what you were just saying. As we mentioned, Grady, we caught several rollers that just filled the boat with water. Well, not completely filled it, but it was a good wash over the bow of the boat. And you're moving slow to begin with, trying to prevent as much as that as possible and to remain safe. But when you look down and the water is ankle deep there at the console, the boat well built, there's scuppers in it, there's drains, the water's running out, but that thought always pops in your mind when you see your ankles underwater. It's like, it's not draining fast enough, That being said, it's definitely not a time that you want to completely stop or would want to have an engine failure and have to stop. As long as we can keep moving, that boat keeps moving, that water's going to drain out. Maybe not as fast as we'd like it right at the moment, but it does drain, which was the case today. Several instances that was the case. But again, the boat, those guys do a great job building that boat. Also, I'd like to just send a shout out to Mercury Marine. There was some issues in the beginning, mechanical issues, but couldn't ask for the engine been any better the last couple of days. Today, absolutely fantastic because of the sea conditions. We were constantly up and down on the throttle, and so it got a good workout. And again, thanks to Mercury Marine, you know, we're having this conversation. we didn't lose a boat today.
That's a good point, and you're exactly right. Mark Skeen, the Mercury rep that works with Four Sons, he has been extremely instrumental in helping this trip come to fruition. And like I said, you heard the podcast, you've seen the post. There was some initial issues with an idle air control valve, but once that got ironed out, Jeff, I agree 100%. There's never a good time to lose an engine, but today would have been catastrophic in a sense. But no, you're exactly right. The Mercury yesterday, it ran hard. It idled a lot yesterday in the lock and waiting for two bridges. But then when it came time to run, Mercury was ready. And today, the throttle cable got to work out today because you're right, it was up and down trying to ride waves, make it to the next wave before it breaks in the boat. So, yeah, absolutely. Mercury, my hat's off to you as well.
Definitely. And well, guys, like I said, you know, we knew today was going to be a challenging day. You probably didn't quite expect what you had today, but we knew it was going to be one of the tougher days. So tell us a little bit now of, you know, what we think tomorrow will bring. You know, maybe talk a little bit about potential weather and maybe again just fill people in on the points you're trying to hit by the end of the day tomorrow.
Well, the front is coming through. We're experiencing it right now. I mean, this was what we were experiencing today was the precursor to that front, and obviously it's here. I mean, it's been lightning and thundering at the marina. We've been tucked inside listening to it for the last couple of hours, but tomorrow we're going to watch the winds again and watch the forecast and listen to the NOAA weather radio, and it's supposed to lay down some tomorrow. Once this is passed through, there's a 50% chance of rain, so we might have to suit up sure enough tomorrow. But if the wind will lay down and we can get underway at a reasonable hour, we're going to take a crack at. We're going to go to Morehead. We're going to go ahead and finish out this particular leg that was planned, and we'll stop in Belhaven as planned, take on fuel, and then we'll make our way to Morehead, and then it's supposed to be a little somewhat sporty in that part of the state for tomorrow night and into Sunday, but we'll just approach that when we get to it. But that's the plan. We're going to try to continue on and make way to Morehead City tomorrow.
Gotcha. Well, I guess they said it. You know, nobody said it was going to be easy. But like you said, at least we're underway, and you know, hey, you're giving me some good content, so that's
well,
giving the viewers some good content. So, like I said, it's might put some have some white knuckle moments, but like I said, we appreciate it, and we will continue to update our audience, which, you know, just continues to grow and grow. So we're very flattered, and we're very excited that so many of you have decided to come along this journey with Captain Greg and Captain Jeff. We'll continue to provide daily podcasts, daily uploads of videos, and just, you know, some content of what they're seeing out there on the ICW. So you can find that on our website, which is doingtheditch.com. Like I said, that's where everything lives. Also on doingtheditch.com, like many of you saw today, hey, why are you stopping at Alligator River? Or, you've been in Alligator River for a long time. So Garmin, we have a tool that allows us to provide real live updates of where Captain Greg, Captain Jeff on the Adventure 2, their location is. So continue to check that out. It's right on the front page of our website. Also continue to listen to the podcast on the website and daily uploads on our website or on Spotify or really wherever you hear your podcasts. For Captain Greg and Captain Jeff, I'm Grady Edwards of Waterman Media. We'll continue to provide Doing the Ditch to you daily. And we'll send you off with this. Don't wait to live. Reach out and grab it all.